I read that bus. Don't forget to subscribe.
All right, so just another modification to our bus. So we went on our trip and we realized that in our kitchen area, although we have a plug for the we have a 20 amp for the refrigerator, we have another 20 amp on a separate circuit for the cooktop, we have a 15 for the dishwasher that's right down in there, and we had another one over here for the microwave. Realistically, the microwave outlets were the only ones that are actually accessible. Everything else is down and underneath, right? Like we have the cooktop down in there. They're all tucked away. So the only one that was accessible is the one over here that we had for the microwave. Now, it was a single, and we're going to switch that out from a single box to a double box. Now, all of our kitchen stuff, we have 20 amp breakers for. So we also have some 12-2 for the wiring here, and we're going to go ahead and just daisy chain these guys together, and then we'll have two outlets there. Off of the dishwasher one underneath the sink, I'll be running another conduit over to here, and we're going to be putting an outlet down in under there. And same thing with the cooktop. That's a 20 amp circuit. We're going to run another outlet on the end of the cabinet here. So that way we're just adding more outlets. Some other thing is this couch here takes up 4 outlets. We have one for this seat, one for that seat, one for the lights. So like if you flip this up, if we had enough room, there's some little lights down in under there, but we will never use these. There's no point. And then there's some outlets when this guy flips up. So there's 4 outlets for that guy. And so like we have an outlet here, but it's being consumed by one of the plugs, and then we lose the other 2 outlets back there. So I think I'm going to join all those together on a single surge protector and run that into the plug, join those all together. The other thing is this guy is bolted into the frame of the bus along with the seatbelt. Same with that, safety. But before I did that, we have, let's see it. We have an outlet back in there. But I bolted the seat, and the plug is right out here. So we were running the plug over to this outlet, so we're losing one leg of that outlet. And so I need to undo this seat, plug it in, and then bolt it all back in, and that way that plug is nice and hidden, and we don't lose outlets. So that'll be regaining this outlet here. We'll have 1 extra there. We'll have 2 there, 2 there. And the other thing that's nice is when this couch is plugged in, and same with this one, we have a USB charging port here as well. So all of our outlets, we're going with USB charging models. They're a little bit more pricey, but we don't have to have the little transformers plugged in all over everywhere. We just need to have the cables. So leave all that transformer nonsense at home. Just bring the cables, right? Less is better in the sense of the bus. Same with these. These are 20 amp outlets, USB chargers. Like I said, they're a little bit more. A regular outlet is like what, $3-4. These are about 21. So a little bit more pricey, but just do it. It's USB plugs everywhere. Everything is USB these days. All of our kids' toys all charge with USB. Just do it. It's a small price, but in the long term, you'll have little USB chargers everywhere. All of our outlets are all, so that guy goes to a GFCI FCI breaker. This guy has a GFCI breaker on him, but the one problem we had was the fridge. The fridge did not like to be on a GFCI breaker with the AFCI GFCI breaker as well in the panel. So we switched him just to a regular 20 amp. Oh, I'm loving these pocket doors. That's so awesome. And then we also noticed we don't have any outlets in here. There's no outlets. So we need to fish up something up through the floor, and we'll probably put an outlet pack right here. Kids' room. We did pre-wire for outlets. We have wiring up in this wall that is tied to the side. It's not loose, it's not flopping around. It is stapled in there and capped. I didn't want to put the outlet in. Same with this side. There's a wire in this wall. So both kids will have an outlet with USB chargers. That way they can charge their phone, iPad, whatever. And having the power in the wall also allows us to possibly put a TV mounted on the wall as well. Now, I don't necessarily really want to put TVs all over, but yeah, we could. But I didn't want to cut the hole because I didn't know where we were going to put the height of the bunks. I didn't want to put it too low and there's like a charger in the bed, you know. I didn't want to put too high because then it interferes with the bunks. So that's why they're just in the wall, in the center, stapled and capped off. We also have the breaker for these guys turned off. Our room, pretty good. We've got an outlet over here. We've got an outlet here. And we've got an outlet right there. So we have 3 outlets in this room. We're doing good. So it's really just putting the 2 in the kids' rooms, putting the bunks, putting 1 in the bathroom, extending this guy out, extending a line from over here to there, and a line from here to there. And then we will have more than enough outlets to plug everything in. So that's today's little project. And let's get to it. All right, we've got our 2 outlets in and tested it. It works great. No sparks. That's always great. But the most important thing when you install an outlet or a light switch or anything like that electrical inside the house is your screws. Your screws always have to be matching. If you're an up or you're a sideways, it doesn't matter. But you don't just leave them wherever, because that's where slackers are. Make sure all your screw holes match up. That's today's OCD tip of the day. Don't worry about cleaning. Nobody's going to care about that. They're going to look at these and they're going to be like, why is that one crooked? They don't care about that. They care about that. All right, everybody. So one more thing that we encountered on our trip is we have these beautiful cabinets. And they just want to show themselves to the world. And so we had to end up going with some blue painter's tape to keep them shut. They like to fly open on turns. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and we have these guys here. Now these are just Home Depot, but they are a heavy duty magnetic catch. And it kind of looks like this, and it's just got a big magnet, never mind the screw. And then there's a metal plate that it grabs. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're going around to all of our drawers and everything and putting them on. Now our cabinet faces kind of sit off a little far, so we got to kind of make these guys stick out. And then we're mounting these guys on there. And you can hear that click. That's the magnet. And then when we go to pull on it, it's got a magnetic catch. So all of our cabinets here, they all shut and click. This one's got one. He clicks. And even our drawers. You see when I shut our drawers, it clicks and it's grabbing the catch, and it's pretty tough, and then you just give it a little pull and it lets loose. But how do we do that? We bury that guy up in there, and we have the little magnetic catch right there mounted to the face, and that's what keeps it together. So now how am I putting these on? Basically pull the drawer out, attach this guy nice and tight in the middle, and then we put the plate on the magnet, and then we shut the door real tight. And these guys have, the little metal plate has these little like tangs, so you can see that like tooth right there. So I turn him around so that he's forward facing, and then I stick him on there, and then when I shut the door, I push hard, and it leaves little teeth marks in the face, and then I know where to attach them. I just put those little teeth marks back on there and put the screw. Now, when you're doing these, you're gonna wanna pre-drill, okay? You're putting a screw into a face, or you're putting it into like a thin thing of wood here. It would be absolutely terrible if you were to split that. So make sure you're pre-drilling. Proper pre-drill. Don't go too big or else they'll be loose and you'll be ripping them out. Don't go too small or you could still risk splitting that wood. So pre-drill your holes before you put your screws in. Don't just impact them in. And most importantly, don't over tight. We're not impacting. We're just putting a little tiny screw in there. Use a regular screwdriver. Don't use your impact. Yeah. So I just have this guy here. I'll probably put two. I'll probably put one here and one here, just because he's kind of a big drawer. And we'll put one on this guy over here. And then I've got those 3 drawers right there. I'll probably have to put 2 on those as well. So that's what we're doing. This is game changing. So gonna grab the little hook. Oop, I need to grab it. And then you pull up. Look at that. And it stays up. And then when you want to go down, you just push and it closes. So you got to lift a little bit, but once you get like a foot, and it's not, I mean, when I say a foot, it's not like before where you had to like lift with both hands. So look, like 2 fingers, and then it just goes by itself. Oh, game changing. Game changing. Amazing.
Thanks for watching. Bye.